Hi, I'm Dahlia Gabor, and I'm here with Jay Hindelman, and we're back with another edition of Spotlight on the Arts. It is Veterans Day weekend, so we have more than usual, a lot of things happening. What's
I don't know, I think it's
going
just
on?
getting to be that time of year and more things just keep happening. It just happens to be happening
That's
at
true.
Veterans Day weekend, which happens around the same time every year for some strange reason. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is, I don't think really has much to do with Veterans Day, though it does involve Elvis Presley, who was famous for being in the Army. It's the musical $1 Million Quartet at Florida Studio Theater. And it ran for about 2 years on Broadway and had a really long, 8-year run in Chicago. And Florida Studio Theater is going to do the first local production of it here. And it is inspired by what happened one night in 1956 at Sun Records in Memphis, when Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins all were together in a studio for a jam session for a Carl Perkins recording. And so the creators of the show were sort of doing a tribute to Sam Phillips, the producer of Sun Records, who helped mentor and discover these young artists when they were all just starting their careers. And of course there's lots of hits, some of which they hadn't recorded at the point that the show takes place, but it's like a little bit of a jukebox show and a little bit of a history lesson. And for someone like you who doesn't know all these people, it might be a really good
I know some of
chance
them.
well, I'm sure if you don't know Elvis Presley, we'll have to put you under the table. But it's a good chance for you to hear what they did and learn a little bit more, because I don't really know much about some of them. Carl Perkins is somebody I know his music, but I don't really know much about him. So I'm looking forward to seeing that this weekend.
It's interesting that it's about the producer, or a lot about the producer. I feel like music producers don't get that much glory, and they should.
And look at the people he helped produce.
Yeah. On the art front, we have Ann Patterson, who recently opened the Ribbons exhibition at the Ringling. She's opening another gallery, actually, called Iridescence at the Allstat in Contemporary. It's a smaller exhibition, but meaning it's not as big as the massive Ribbons one, but it's got a lot of her other work in there. So there's abstract watercolor paintings. She's done some wire things. She does some sculpture, some kind of ribbon sculpture where it's like metal and then also ribbons attached to it. So you kind of get a little bit of a teaser to have an idea of what the other one looks like. So that's opening November 10th and runs till December 9th, and it's a really good opportunity to see some smaller works by this really great artist.
Well, it's also an interesting opportunity for people to see one artist, two different kinds of displays. Usually, whatever artist of whatever kind may be shown at a museum or a gallery, but that's it, and maybe in a couple of years you see more, but now you have a chance to see this massive Pathless Woods, if that's what it's called, at the Ringling, and then to go see other works, so you get to explore the artists a little bit more.
Yeah.
At the Urbanite Theater this weekend, Friday night, 2 shows opening in downtown Sarasota, which makes a problem for me trying to review them all. At the Urbanite, which has been really just booming since they started last year, they're offering the area premiere of Eric Kobel's My Barking Dog, which is about two strangers who live in an apartment building in a city, and they live very solitary lives, have very little encounter with people, and their lives are changed when a coyote, for some strange reason in the city, shows up on their fire escape, and it sort of leads them from this depressing reality they're in, to transformation of their lives and sort of a back-to-earth kind of thing in a magic realism style. So it's Urbanite is known for doing very different kinds of things. There's 2 characters, and so that's opening this weekend and running until December 18th in downtown Sarasota, so you might want to check that out.
Well, there are actually some more plays happening at the Starlight Players. It's their final collection, correct?
For the
year.
Yes, just they're taking December off.
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I would too. Short plays for the year. It's the collection this time is called Thank You, I Think, which runs on the 10th through the 13th, and it's got some really interesting plots, I think, this week, which is there's a man on an internet date. There was 2 movie producers sitting in a restaurant trying to decide how they're going to begin and end their film.
Right.
There's a couple who is stunned to find Santa Claus passed out in their living room after falling, I guess, down the chimney.
That would be a surprise.
That would be quite a surprise. And then a man who tries to confess murder to the police, and they don't believe him. So it seems pretty interesting, quite funny. That is running all weekend, and you can get those tickets online.
At the Starlight Room upstairs. This weekend, in honor of Veterans Day, the Pops Orchestra is going to be doing several performances in the style of a USO show. They have an actor who's going to be coming in playing a Bob Hope type, and there'll be, do you know Bob Hope?
Yeah, I know Bob Hope.
And they'll have singers doing things in the style of Marlene Dietrich and the Andrews Sisters. So they're trying to create the sense of what it was like at one of those USO shows during World War II or even Vietnam, and they're going to be honoring veterans all weekend. And there are 2 performances on the 13th at the Riverview Performing Arts Center in Sarasota, and another one on Monday, November 14th at Neal Auditorium at State College of Florida in Bradenton. So if you have a veteran in your family or just want to recognize veterans, that might be a good way to do that.
Yeah. All right. We also have some sweet singing from crooners. A crooner. They say Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby are the definition of a crooner, with a male singer who sings sweet and low and I don't know, really nice voices. So Todd Murray, is that how you say his name? Murray is offering a new definition on his show, Croon When a Whisper Becomes a Song. So he's doing that with the Artist Series Concerts of Sarasota on the 12th and 13th at the Historic Oslo, doing a bunch of old famous songs, and should be interesting.
And that sort of goes in with that veteran style, because that's when those crooners were really popular. So you can read more about all those events and more in Thursday's ticket section or online at heraldtribune.com/ticket. And in the Sunday Arts section and at heraldtribune.com/arts, we'll be having reviews of some of these programs. I'll be reviewing the 2 plays at FST and the Urbanite this weekend. And Sunday in the Arts section, we're going to have an advanced look at the Oslo Reps production of Guys and Dolls, which we'll be talking about next week. And Carrie Seidman is going to be doing a preview of the next Sarasota Ballet performances. So look forward to that, and we will see you next week.